Hello everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim World 5 roadmap update video. This is the April roadmap, so here we go. So what we got on here, oh hello, TFW class 142 PACER from Just Trains, that's sort of the new addition on there. And also BR194 and E94 Rail Tour Pack, okay, for a TSG. Right, let's see, let's just skip ahead. So, what we got? Oh yeah, they did like an April Fool's roadmap earlier today. A minute, where's the roadmap start? Content up ahead, right? That would do. Frankfurt S-Bahn, S1, SA, and S9. Let's head back to the Frankfurt S-Bahn, where we are representing the S1, S8, and S9 lines of the S-Bahn Rhine-Main network, covering over 80 kilometers and a total of 25 stations between Frankfurt am Main, including the underground platforms to Wiesbaden Hauptbahnhof. Ooh, there you go, that's our first look of the 430, which looks pretty stunning. That does look really good. Is that a 12 coach as well? What's that one? Was that 4 and another 4? And there's another 4 behind there. But wait, there's more, or should it be 26 stations? After reviewing the community feedback, we agreed that missing out the Frankfurt Flughafen long-distance train station would be a big miss. With some extra effort from the internal teams, we are now happy to announce it will be part of the release version of the route. Look at that, that's cool. See an updated Frankfurt S-Bahn route map below. So what's changed then? What's new? Where's the Frankfurt airport? Is it the one in the middle here, 23? 23 months. Where's the new bit then? Wiesbaden up there. Is it Fernbahnhof maybe? Where's that? I see. Oh, 20. Hang on, 12. Somewhere was. No, that's Mans. What's 23? Mans Castle. Oh, here, number 4. Where's 4? Oh, so this bit here's possibly being added in here. So that bit's being added there. So from 3. 4B and then across to 6. I think that bit's new there. Cool. The station mostly serves long distance trains, which is uncommon in Germany. It has an average of 1 ICE every 9 minutes during peak times, equating to around 160 ICE stops every day. Wow. This makes it one of the most frequented long distance train stations in Germany. Well, that's pretty cool. Additionally, to support this, the freight loop in Mans will now also be on the route, enabling trains to enter Mans from the north after coming from Frankfurt. The Frankfurt Airport long distance station opens up new types of gameplay. It will be able to drive ICE-free services to Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof, ICE-1 services between Frankfurt and Mans, ICE-T services from Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof to Wiesbaden via the airport and Mans, IC services and S-Bahn services that in 2018 used to end in the station at night. Cool. The route is set prior to the opening of the Frankfurt Gateway Gardens, whatever that is, offering the chance to traverse over the original airport approach, which no longer exists. You'll be able to get a unique driving experience for each line. S1 takes a more direct westerly route out of Frankfurt, calling at suburban locations in the outskirts of the city and running north of the Marne River and longest tributary of the Rhine all the way to Wiesbaden. The S8 and S9 share an alternative path which initially heads south to serve Frankfurt Airport's regional station before stopping at all stations on the main Bahn south of the Marne. There's the 430 again, looking good. And included with the route will be the new DBBR 430, the DBBR 423 and the DBBR 143 and Dosto combination. All other services which call at Fernbahnhof will be additional layers. We'll share more details of the timetable in a future article. So the DBBR 430, new to the Frankfurt S-Bahn, will be the hard-working DBBR 430, which operates the bulk of traffic on the S1, SA and S9 lines. This 4-car high-capacity EMU has been in full operation on the S-Bahn Rhine-Main since their introduction a little over a decade ago. Wow. So you see these trains and you think they're like really, really new, but a decade, well, I suppose it's still sort of newish, isn't it? Wow. The design is reminiscent of the 422, although with more modern fittings and tweaks befitting of a busy network such as Frankfurt. The 430s replaced the much lamented 420 and expanded the size of the fleet to offer a total of 9 trains an hour in each direction, spread across all 3 lines of up to 12 car formations. Wow. So that's going to be awesome. Pretty cool cab as well. They all have cool cabs, don't they? Oh, that was a glimpse of it on the April Fool's roadmap, which released a bit earlier on in the day. So the 423, supplementing the 430 is the 423, a staple EMU for the S-Bahn networks across Germany. The version included with Frankfurt S-Bahn will feature a new interior to represent the S-Bahn Rhine-Main variant, as well as some physics upgrades. The 423 fleet is certainly no stranger to the Wiesbaden lines, although spends a majority of its time serving other destinations, making it a key part of the scene around Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof. There's the 423, I think. Other traffic, so you've got the 143 in Dosto, the good old 143. So third-party partners, so new screenshots for the 420 from TSG. So this will be coming for the Frankfurt S-Bahn route as DLC, I believe. There's the 420. Sort of revived from the dead. Get your hands on a modernised 8th Series 420 with swinging doors, digital display in the cab and LED destination board. Compared to the 430, you'll notice differences inside the interiors with changes to colours and decals. Nice. The 420 is a 3-car EMU without any walk-through gangways and all-round represents a much more classic style of driving and riding along the S-Bahn Rhine-Main, with it being from the early 1970s. Yeah, pretty cool, some nice screenshots there. The 420 will come with its own interpretation of the Frankfurt S-Bahn timetable, swapping out 430 traffic for its classic predecessor. The Munich S-Bahn 420 can also be used on Hubstrecke Munich to Augsburg in Freiraum and Scenario Planner. Nice. Right, that's hang on. And yeah, the 420 will be released on Xbox Series S and X, PS5, and of course PC only. So you won't be able to get the 420 if you're on PS4 or Xbox One. And then the ECML Diesel Rail Tour pack, which we should hopefully be showing off tomorrow. This comes with 47484 Isambard Kingdom Brunel and the new Mark 1 coach in stock, which I believe it gives you like 10 scenarios for the ECML. In the pack you also find the 40 and 45 as well as 10 scenarios on the East Coast Mainline route add-on, which I believe the 40 and 45 haven't had any other upgrades to them. And all the routes it will go on, so of course East Coast Mainline, Great Western Express for the Diesel Legends, Cathcart Circle, East Coastway, Northern Transpennine, West Cornwall Local and West Somerset Railway. Nice. And it will be £11.99, that's coming out on April the 3rd, and for all platforms. Right, well we got the BR194 and E94 Rail Tour pack from TSG. This month we have a new announcement coming from the TSG team with new screenshots and information on a pack they've been developing featuring 2 new locos, the BR194 and the E94, a new passenger coach, a new freight wagon and a new 1984 timetable, and scenarios for Linke Rheinstrecke as well as new scenarios for the Ludwigsbahn. Oh, hello. This is going to be cool, look at that. What a beast. Looks very similar to the what's the train on, I can't remember it now, the one on Mittenwaldbahn, the crocodile. Looks very well, it is a crocodile, isn't it, of some sort. That's a lot to take in, let's break it down. So 194 and 80s version, original E94, new E94 Rail Tour Loco, new B4YG passenger coach, new GBS freight wagon, ES50 freight wagon, and found in DBB livery. Oh, that's the new coach there, that does look funky. Gameplay, so you've got a new 1984 timetable for Linke Rheinstrecke, 2 scenarios for Mannheim Kaiserslautern, so that's the Ludwigsbahn, 2 scenarios on Linke Rheinstrecke, and an E94 Rail Tour used in various upcoming timetables for Rail Tour services. There it is there. That's certainly going to be cool to drive. There's a new coach there. Cool. The TSG team also wanted to highlight the differences between their new E94 and the that's the one, the OBB 1020 from the recent Midterm Wildbarn add-on. When OBB took on the E94s to form the 1020s, over time they made a significant number of modernisations and improvements to the locos to keep them relevant and suit local requirements. In backdating the 1020 into the 19, that is basically the same train. The modifications have had to be removed, leaving a somewhat cruder locomotive. So it's the same train, just sort of backdated. So that's the sort of the 1020, and then that's the changes to it. So it's quite different in the cab there. A lot more sort of, a bit more manual, or just older looking. And you've got 3 windows at the front instead of the big 2. These modifications are extensive, so air system modifications, train brake valves, Indice I-54, much more utilitarian cab, different pantographs and the control system, different lamp systems, various cosmetic changes, changes to the overload system, weaker electric brake, and of course green paint and many more. And again, if you want to pause and read all of the different changes there, feel free to. And there's the new coaches, which look pretty dismal, barren, but realistic. Look at that. And that's cool. Cool. And then we got this is quite exciting, the Transport for Wales 142 PACER from Just Trains. Fancy more new announcements? Well, Just Trains have got you covered with their latest dev blogs talking about development on a new Transport for Wales 142. Not a loco, it's a unit, 142 unit pack. We'll hand it over to them. Right, so Just Trains Crest. So welcome to our first in-development post for the Just Trains TFW Class 142 PACER. So a modern PACER. This is going to be cool. And it looks like it's in sort of an ex-Arriva Trains Wales livery. We are very pleased to announce that we are developing a 142 PACER, especially for use in the Dovetail Cardiff City network route. The 142 PACER was used extensively in the UK and specifically by Arriva Trains Wales in Wales. These Arriva DMUs were taken over by Transport for Wales in October 2018. Look at that, grubby. Our PACER features the transition livery when the Arriva names and logos were removed and the TFW branding was placed over the basic underlying Arriva livery. We are supplying 2 versions of this, with one with no TFW branding at all and the other with TFW large side length, the start of a new journey banner art proclaiming the transition to TFW operations. As with many trains, there are many changes and variations throughout their lives, and we have incorporated these into the 142 to make it time period correct. Cool. Aside from the debranding of the previous operator, this version has LED headlights, the 4-leaf doors replaced with 2-leaf bifold doors, updated door open close operating buttons, sanding equipment fitted to aid with slippery rails, the smash glass to access emergency door handle, and on the roof are the National Radio Network and GSMR antennas. Cool. There you got the bits and pieces on the roof there as well, so much more grubbier, older, but sort of modernised PACER. Oh, that's going to be cool. And the Santa Fe gameplay pack, so what we got, some new photos of that. With the C40-8, I believe it's going to be the C40-8W. We are conducting initial in-game testing to further refine the operational characteristics of the 2 featured locomotive, Santa Fe's Warbonnet General Electric C40-8W and blue and yellow Electromotive SD40-2, as well as the included freight rolling stock to provide both an enjoyable and realistic user experience. I mean, that looks beautiful, doesn't it? Look at that. Stunning. Also in testing are the Santa Fe and Union Pacific timetable layers, which are based on actual AT and SF and Union Pacific freight schedules of the early 90s. While subject to modification, the timetables are expected to include more than 250 train movements per 24-hour period, with an accurate representation of intermodal manifest unit train and local operations, as well as yard switching duties. The Union Pacific layer will use equipment from the Sherman Hill route. That's good. It's going to bring a bit of life into Cajon Pass. And you've got some scenarios coming as well of it, of course. Cool, and then we got an update for Cargo Line Volume 3. The upcoming pack will be a Class 66 diesel loco in DB red and grey, as well as a brand new FCA intermodal spine wagon in an EWS maroon livery, consisting of a main spine with the multiple container locking points between two-wheeled bogies. You'll be able to get gameplay for both the West Coast Mainline South and East Coast Mainline routes, including journey mode and free scenarios on both routes and timetable services. That's 5 circle, isn't it? Yeah, it's 5 circle, that one. Skynet Games again. So EWS invested heavily in new wagons after taking control of UK freight sector following privatisation in the 1990s. Among these was the renewal of all intermodal vehicles, including the FCA 60-foot spine wagon, which, while individually numbered, they operate in pairs with conventional draw gear at one end and a bar connection to a mate at the other, capable of carrying 3 20-foot or 2 30-foot or a combination of 20 and 40-foot shipping containers. Introduction of the FCA is one of the strongest freight markets on UK rail, was highly successful in transforming the capacity EWS would offer. And again, there's the thingy there. Well designed for shipping containers, the versatility of the common locking system used means that since introduction, these wagons have been spotted carrying tanks, dry boxes, containers and specialised commodities such as domestic waste, gypsum and other powdered products. A total of 400 were originally built in 2001 by Frowell of York and continue in operation to this day across the intermodal flows. Nice. Cool, so you can use it in quite a lot of routes. That's the Midland Main Line, that one. Column Volume 3, yeah, so coming soon. Cool, and then what we got, North London Line, post-release updates and future improvements. Right. So they're investigating blurry texture issues and passenger spawn issues, their top priority. Now looking into an extension between Stratford and Richmond, or basically between Woolston Junction and Richmond, which would include new stations and track to explore. And the best part of the extension will be a free update. Well, I mean, that is very exciting. So we may be getting an update from Woolston Junction to Richmond, and for free, because I think it's about 4 stations or so. And then introducing All Aboard Studios, a new third-party development team. So we're excited to announce a new TSW partner space is growing again with a team called All Aboard Studios. So can you tell us more about the team? So headed up by Dan and Kieran, we are a team built on passion, expertise and drive to push railway simulation further than ever before. With years of experience in both game development and the railway industry, our expert team has been behind a variety of releases for Train Sim World and Train Sim Classic, crafting detailed routes, rolling stock and immersive environments that players have enjoyed for years. Now we're bringing that knowledge, skill and ambition into our Train Sim World releases, and we couldn't be more excited to share what's coming. So what brought you to develop content on Train Sim World? Train Sim World is the perfect platform for us to create something truly special, offering players fresh challenges, new gameplay opportunities and experiences that feel as close to the real railway as possible. We want to build routes that immerse players in their surroundings, trains that operate with authenticity, and content that brings something different to the table. Our focus is on delivering high-quality British railway experiences, capturing the atmosphere and character of real-world operations with a level of detail and realism that players expect. Fantastic. What part of the development process are you really enjoying? And we can't wait to share. Every detail from track work to stations and rolling stock is being crafted with care to ensure a truly engaging and realistic experience. And they're very happy about being in TSW. What's this? Teaser. What is it? What's that? It's a teaser of some sort. What could this be? Well, there's not really much to go off, really. We've got red posts there. There. Someone will probably work out where this is. There's a staircase there. It's obviously at a station. Where's this? Someone will know. We'll keep you updated, but lovely. Cool. Now patches and updates. Been a few updates out recently. Community corner. Oh yeah, you got the mastery posters. Again, I'll leave a link if you want to go through all of this. Yeah, Train Sim World 5 coming soon to GeForce now. That would be cool. So I think that's like a streaming platform. But yeah, that is it, everybody. Again, I'm going to leave us on that. Oh, something worth mentioning. What's happened to the DRS Class 20, or at least what looked like to be a DRS Class 20? We haven't sort of seen any shots of that for quite some time. Again, if it is a DRS Class 20, which it most likely will be. But yeah, but what's this? What do you reckon? Let's go back up to the Frankfurt one. Actually, let's go to the PACER, because the PACER looks cool. But yeah, hope everyone's enjoyed it. Links can be found in usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store. Have been slightly quieter in this video, as it is 1:30 at the moment in the morning. So yes, apart from that, see you all and take care. Bye guys.